People say Kadarius Toney is an injury-prone wide receiver, a wide receiver that can't create separation, a gadget player, a running back, can't stay on the field, not talented, a bust. But in this video, I'm going to be showing y'all why Kadarius Toney actually is none of them things. I mean, he may be an injury-prone wide receiver, but he is none of them other things that people are saying. In this video, I'm going to show y'all exactly why. I mean, now look, Kadarius Toney has been getting no snaps. Week 1 against the Detroit Lions, we put him out there, and he really had a bad game, dropping a lot of passes. But Andy Reid didn't realize how open Kadarius Toney was on every single play. Then we stopped using him, and we stopped putting faith in him. But when dudes like Sky Moore and MVS drop passes and mess up, we keep them playing, but we stop playing Kadarius Toney. 12 points at this point of the season is honestly crazy. We know that Kadarius Toney is clearly a difference maker with the ball in his hands. I mean, he's better than MVS. He's better than Sky. And in that game against the Packers, he wasn't targeted once. He had a lack of snaps, you know. Like, he's dangerous when he has the ball in space, so we can't give him a wide receiver screen. We can't give him slants. What is wrong with Andy Reid? Andy Reid keeps saying he has every trait to be a wide receiver 1, but they're not giving Kadarius Toney the opportunity to even be a wide receiver 1. This is unreal, and I just don't understand. They don't let him run actual routes, you know, intermediate or deep. They don't let him do that. They really don't let him do that, and it's very, very weird. He's not a gadget. He's one of our best wide receivers, you know, probably behind Rice or even better than Rice if he's out there. And the lack of usage is crazy, man. The lack of usage is honestly crazy. They don't know what they're doing. And they went and got McCole Hardman. So it's like they're just disrespecting Kadarius Toney at this point. He has 13 yards per game. That's honestly horrible. But in his last 5 games, he's averaging 9.4 yards with 100% catch percentage. But he has 5 targets. It's very, very weird to me. I don't understand what's going on. And Kadarius Toney is actually a very good player. We have to get them out there. You know, with 12 snaps, you got MVS, Sky, and Watson combining for 117 with 3 catches for 30 yards in total. That's honestly horrible. I think Kadarius Toney could do more than that if he's getting snaps like them boys. He's very electric with the ball, and that's honestly what we need, a yard after catch monster. We just give him the ball on a slant or a quick pass or a screen pass and let him do his thing. Kadarius Toney tied Stephon Diggs for the most missed tackles forced out of the slot this season. They are both forced non-missed tackles. And mind you, Kadarius Toney has played way less games than Diggs. I mean, you can't even say he's not a real wide receiver when they don't even try to use him. They don't try to use him at all. It's very, very bad. The offensive execution is definitely going to have to improve, and I think that starts with letting Kadarius Toney play, letting him cook, you know, letting him get in the game, letting him run routes like a wide receiver. Rasheed and Toney could be, you know, the good players of the team, and it's really a mistake giving him 8 to 12 targets a game, man. They're not making usage of him. Andy Reid is on BS. Nagy's on BS. You know, Kadarius Toney is one of the dudes that get the most. He is the dude that gets the most separation on the team other than Kels. And when he's running routes, he hasn't been dropped a pass since week 1, and they're not using him. It's very, very weird. It should be wide receiver 1, Toney, wide receiver 2, Rice, wide receiver 2, Richie James, wide receiver 4, Watson, 5, Scantling, and Moore. Or they shouldn't even be on the team, to be honest with you. But Toney is very, very good player. I don't know what's going on. It's very, very weird. We need him to play. We need him to get in the game. We need him to cook up, man, because this makes no sense. They're not even using him correctly. There's so much ways you can use Toney because he's a very diverse player. He's a very diverse player. I don't know, man. I feel like this wide receiver core is bad, but there's still talent on this offense that you can utilize, like Pacheco. You know, he has over 110 yards. Andy Reid just stops running him. What the hell is wrong with Andy Reid, man? Like, I don't know if he thinks like it's a limit to carries, but there's no limit. If Pacheco's eating, let the dude get 200. If that's what it takes to win, let the dude get 200 yards, man. Come on, Reid. You gotta stop being so stubborn with this passing stuff, man. It's honestly starting to get out of hand. And us as Chiefs fans, we just watching and praying every week that we don't get embarrassed at this point. But I'm praying that we can make another Super Bowl run, but it's looking very, very hard because we've never been this bad in the Mahomes era this late in the season. We don't even lose in December, so it's kind of weird. But I think letting Toney play and unleashing him could help us a lot. I mean, he's like a poor man's Deebo Samuel, to be realistic with you. So we can use him just like how the Niners use Deebo and put him on slants. I mean, put him on screens, quick passes, jet sweeps, inside handles even. Like, get the ball in Kadarius Toney's hands and let him be a playmaker. This dude is electric with the ball in his hands, and it's really sad to just be watching him sideline and used as a gadget player. It's honestly starting to make me mad. And as a Chiefs fan, I really just can't take it anymore, seeing MVS and Skymo out there every week just stinking it up. Watson sometimes even want to stink it up with them dudes. And I'm honestly tired of watching it. I'm tired of seeing it. But on the bright side, I could bet the under on Chiefs wide receivers every single week to make a free paycheck, because that's what I've been literally doing. Now, Rice is a dog. I think Rice and Toney could at least help this offense. It should be Rice, Toney, and Richie James out there. Those should be the three receivers. With Pacheco, who's a monster, and he's in his prime. We're wasting a prime Pacheco right now with a prime Patrick Mahomes. And this is some nasty work right here, man. Like, if you're a Chiefs fan, you have to admit, this is some nasty work. This is some very nasty work right here. And I'm just had to tell you the truth about Kadarius Toney. He's not who he seems. He's not a bad player. He's very talented. I understand he gets hurt, but he's very talented, and he's not out there enough. Talking about saving him. What are we saving him for? We have no chemistry on offense. In the playoffs, we're going to get bounced out the first round playing like this. Because I know the Colts could beat us because they have a better offense than us. And that's the honest truth. Even with Gardner Minshew, the Colts have a better offense than us. And they have a track record of beating us in some weird-ass games. So we can't slack, man. We might play the Colts in the wild card, and we don't want to slack. Andy Reid has to change up the game plan. We play Buffalo next week. They're very, very hungry to keep their season alive. But that's a game we're going to need. We don't want Buffalo in the playoffs. And we want to fight for that first round bye. So the Chiefs better come in next week and treat that game like it's the Super Bowl, man. I don't know, man. We just have to see Toney more. I mean, last season, you see the things he was doing on limited snaps. How isn't he playing? I don't get it. He was doing some crazy things on limited snaps, but yet we're not playing him, man. It's very, very weird to me. I really don't like it. It's very weird. It makes no sense at all how we're not playing Toney. He was doing some great things for us last season, and this season we're just not using him, man. I miss Eric Bieniemy because Nagy has ruined this team. Andy Reid's not holding nobody accountable. Andy Reid's not coaching like he's supposed to. It's very hard to watch, man. I don't like it at all, but I had to get y'all a quick vid on Kadarius Toney. Chiefs priority, and I'm out. Peace.